Hey there, and welcome to Rayon's Basics tutorial series. If you need more information about Rayon, you could book a demo with our team using the link in the description. You can also create a free Rayon account and use the templates below to draw along with me as we go through this tutorial. Let's dive in. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about layers and how to use them in order to organize your drawing set. We'll start by showing where to find layers, talk about their technicalities, and then do some demonstrations. So I'll go ahead and open the layer panel on the top left. You'll see that the layers live underneath our canvases. These two share a panel, and our canvases is the way we organize our drawings in Rayon. So you have your floor plans on one model canvas, sections on another, millwork. You can organize this as you wish, including a paper canvas where you can create a fully fleshed presentation. Note that each one of these canvases has its own layer panel. So these can be changed across your different model canvases. That's the first point about layers. Now let's talk about what they are. So a layer is where you can contain different elements in your drawing. You can have layers for your walls, a layer for your furniture, a layer for your lighting. It's really up to you to set up the logic of how you want your layers to be organized. And let's review my layers here just to make this very tangible. So you'll see here that I have multiple layers. I have my light specs. Now, each layer can be shown or hidden, locked and unlocked, and also set as active. So let's demonstrate this. To show and hide the layers will enable us to remove things from our model, or hide them, not remove them. So I just hid our light specs. You'll see here I have a light and electricity layer. When I hide it, I can better review my floor plans, furnishing plan, for example. If I go ahead and hide that one, I can take a better look at my zoning plan, and so on and so forth. So I can also do this for shadows and walls and annotations. And basically, this is how I can organize my model and also export it according to its different performances. So export a lighting floor plan, export a furnishing floor plan, but have this superposition of my wall enclosure. That's for that. We showed how to hide and unhide. The same can be done for locked. You might want to lock things in order to make sure you don't move them, like walls. That can be handy. Or if you want to select elements without selecting others, you can also play with the lock feature for that. Active layer is the one that has this black tick indicating that it's the active layer. This means that anything I draw on my canvas right now will be automatically associated to that layer. So for now, it's the imported block layer. If I was drawing anything else that had to do with furniture, I'd activate the furniture layer by clicking on this tick. Another place where you can access layers and their settings is from the top right panel right here. So you'll see here that it enables you to change the layer's name. You can change the layer color, and you'll see that it has this color swap on the side. This will affect how it will look when you're working in wireframe mode. So I want to show you that. And for that, maybe let's change some color around. So we have blue, orange, change the annotations to pink. All right, this should give us a better sense of how this affects our wireframe mode, which I'll find in the main menu on the left and go to Preferences and Wireframe. So once I activate wireframe, anything that belongs to a specific layer will be in the color of its representation, which we just edited. So the green here is for shadows, which you'll see are these rectangles. We can see that our wall is blue. So if I select this, and maybe we can change this live to do a demonstration, let's change it to yellow. There you go. So this is another thing you might want to play with if you're working in wireframe mode while you're drawing. I'll go back to the default mode. And let's continue reviewing this panel here. You have the layer root. So root means that a layer is not nested within another one. Some of the layers are going to be nested layers, and let's see that within the light and electricity. So within this layer, I have multiple components. And here on the bottom, I also have subcategories of my lighting fixtures. So let's dive in here, and you'll see that within the lighting and electricity features, I have my lighting fixtures. I have my lighting annotations, and I have this cover that I place over my furniture to make the fixtures and annotations pop out. So this is even more control when I manage my drawings. And as you can see, if I select this layer, which is nested, instead of saying root, it will indicate the layer which is nested into. And this is also where you can change elements layer. So I could basically change the layer I want to nest my layer into. Or I can also do this with the actual block components. So for example, if I go ahead and select this block, I can see that it's associated with the furniture layer. If I change it right now, for example, to the zone layer, it will transfer its location. And the next thing you might have noticed is that it's moved behind this block component. So this is another important concept to explain about layers. The scene tree you see here, so the layers on top, are the ones that are going to be rendered on top of the other layers. So the layer that's highest on the scene tree is the one that's going to be above other elements. And this also includes within a specific layer. So for example, if I change this component back to furniture, within the furniture, this logic also applies. The patio umbrella is above this mattress. And if I wanted to play around with this, there's a shortcut on the right click, and you can go to arrange and then bring forward or to the front or back of your layer. Let's undo that. To create a new layer, all you have to do is go ahead to the plus button right here and then create a layer. You also have some options like collapse all, which will close everything, and delete unused layers. So working, you may find that some layers are redundant or empty, so this will help you delete them at once. One more thing to know about layers is that if you start your model from an import, this can be a DWG or a PDF, the layers of your file will be inherited in Rayon. So if you're bringing in a DWG file, this is super convenient, and you can, of course, always edit those. A lot of times the recommendation will be to create a layer containing your base file, your imported file, and then create new layers to build up the new model and editing that you're making in Rayon. So that's everything you need to know about the basics of layers, how to use them, what they're for. It's pretty straightforward. I want to dive into a bit of a more advanced use case, which has to do with how to use layers combined with views. So I'll take the next few minutes to do that, and I'll go to the paper canvas to demonstrate it. As I mentioned before, we're going to be drawing our floor plans in our model canvases and then presenting them in our paper canvas. And this is where we can create multiple floor plans to have them represent different layer settings and different styles in different floor plans. So for example, each one of these 3 pages where I have my floor plan with furnishing, zoning, and lighting was created from the one model space with my floor plan by adding a view with layer overriding. In this sheet, I have a view of my floor plan with the lighting layer hidden. In this one, I have a view of my floor plan with all the layers on. And in this one, I have my view with the furniture and lighting hidden. Let's see how I did that. So I'll go down here and create a new page real fast. You can check out more tutorials about pages, canvases, and views. By the way, now that I've added a page, I want to add a view that's basically a window into my other model canvases. So I can choose the model canvas I want it to look into on the right, and it's already set on floor plans, which is great. I'll double click my view and then kind of zoom and pan to make it fit my page. Alternatively, and most likely, you're going to want to select a specific scale. So I'm going to go ahead and scale this at 1:75. I'll lock this zoom and pan. And now what I want to do is override the layers of this floor plan only. So I'm going to go over here and let's hide the lighting layers. Let's hide also the furniture, and let's even hide the zones. And let's say that we're making just like a wall enclosure kind of a sheet. What I want to show you, the point of this, is to explain that each view has its overriding settings for layers. So once I've changed the layer settings for my view right here, the layers in my other views remain the same. So this is a kind of powerful way to help you create superposition floor plans with stacked layers on top of each other and then export them according to specific layer settings. And this also includes style settings, so changing specific color or texture or other elements which need to be altered specifically for one sheet. So I hope this was useful, and if you have any more questions about layers, drop them in the comments or reach out to our support. Thanks for watching this tutorial. If you have any more questions, you're welcome to book a demo with our team by using the link in the description. You can also join our community and, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos like this. Have a good one.